If you've been following me for some time, I've been helping you understand how your mind plays such a big role in your success. Your words, your habits, the actions that you take, etc. And in that line today, I want to speak to you a little bit about your mind has to work effortlessly. The stress there is on has to. Has to for what? Your mind has to work effortlessly so that you are successful in various things that you do. Your work, taking care of your physical ability, taking care of your relationships, taking care of your finances, taking care of conflicts, etc., etc., etc. Now let's unravel this for a moment. So let's take a pen and paper, and I'm going to encourage you to work with me on this. Take a pen and paper and write down for yourself 3 things that you do absolutely easily. It comes naturally to you. You don't think twice about doing this. Now, this could be anything. It could be being able to write. It could be being able to cook, or it could be being able to have a conversation, or it could be being able to generate ideas. Anything, whatever it is. Maybe you can even pause this video and think about it and write down 3 things that you're able to do with complete ease. Now, having done that, think about this. Did you have to put any effort? Did you have to force yourself to say, hey, what is right and wrong in this? Did you have to push yourselves to say, hey, how do I get this right? No, you did not have to. So there are various areas in our life where our mind, our brain has got the appropriate wiring of doing things. Now that wiring has come through what? Through learning, through exposure, through practice, through watching others. And that watching others is very important because our frontal lobe has mirror neurons, which helps us see others and imitate. And this is something neurologists have spoken about, even being responsible for the evolution of the human species, right? So in all of those things where you have to absolutely not put any effort, your brain's wiring is coming into action for you to get those things done. Now, some of us do simple things very well. Some of us do simple things really badly. Like many of us can't fold our clothes appropriately to pack them well. Or there are several of us who can't declutter our room fairly well. Or there are many of us who can't manage time very well. On the other side, several of us are able to do all of these things pretty well. Take care of our clothes, our wardrobe is clean, our house is structured, our time is managed very well. We reach places on time. We don't forget where we have kept our keys, etc. On the other side, there are many of us who struggle with these basic things. Similarly, with complex tasks, when work projects are given, some of us are able to begin things, build upon it, and close things correctly. There are many of us who are able to have conversations correctly. There are several of us who are able to confront very difficult situations and work through with that. There are people who can manage with any kind of boss, any kind of team member, any kind of client, any kind of situations and challenges and crises. Where on the other side, there are several of us who find it difficult to either start a project or build up a project or to close a project, or difficulty with various kinds of managers or team members, or certain clients are good, other clients are bad. There are certain situations which we can manage and certain we cannot. So understand the difference, what's happening. It's very simple. Where you are effortlessly able to do things, you have the brain wiring that is helping you understand how to proceed. On the other side, wherever you are finding it difficult to do things, you just don't have the brain wiring to do it. So if you are avoiding a conversation, you don't have the brain wiring to do it. If you are avoiding sharing your emotions, if you are letting a relationship, degrade and fizzle away, then you don't have the brain wiring to work with it. And that's the case that I am making for you, that your brain has to work effortlessly for you to be successful in various areas of your life. And that's where you, as a responsible person, responsible leader, has to make sure that you're continuously upgrading yourself. There are so many things in our college, in our school, in our general life we don't learn. We are not taught about values. We are not taught about relationship management. We are not taught about managing critical situations, etc. And tons of other things. And then definitely as trade skills and so much of management and leadership that we need to learn. So my encouragement to you, get your education right. You have to learn about plethora of subjects. It doesn't matter if you are a math graduate, you still have to learn philosophy, psychology, sociology to do well in life. It doesn't matter if you are a psychology student, you still have to understand business, mathematics, economics, etc. if you're going to work in a corporate. It doesn't matter if you're a great economist, or you are a great statistician, or you are a great engineer. You still have to understand human psychology, the application of economics, ideation. You have to understand diplomacy, so many areas. So my encouragement to you, whether you are a student, or you are a young career person, or a mid career person, or a late career person, you're a householder, you are a businessman, you're a diplomat, you're a government official, you're running an NGO, doesn't matter what it is that you're doing. Understand what is the 360-degree area in which you need to do better. This is a project that you can take up with yourself, something that will last you a good 18 to 36 months of becoming a very well-rounded person. If I were to put proficiencies on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being absolutely entry level and 5 being a coach, the 3 being somebody who's a practitioner. If you have a good practitioner level competency in most of the 360-degree areas which influence your life, you will do great at things. You don't have to be at a level 4 in everything, at an expert, or a coach, a level 5 at everything. You definitely cannot afford to be at a novice or a beginner level, which is a 1 or 2. You have to be at a 3 in most things for your brain to work effortlessly. So get down to it today. 3 steps for you. First, understand what is the 360-degree of what you're doing. If you are a student, it's not just about the subject, but the application of subject. Like if you're maybe an engineer, you must be studying trigonometry or advanced applications of maths, of vector geometry, and mathematics that is used for planning and structuring. But what's the real life application of it? How do different industries use it? Or if you are a person who's a young MBA, you may be thinking that the org development subject is not something that is really great for you at this point in time. But think about it. How can it be applied when you are doing your internships, or you're doing your fresh career, or if you're a leader later on in the life? How will you learn it? So, those kind of thinking is there, that is required. You need to put down an inventory wherever you are in life. I had released a video sometime back of how at different stages of your career you can expand your capability. I'll give a link to that in this video. So please make sure that you take a look at that video, and also do an audit. So the first step for you to do an audit. The second step for you is to learn those skills and start practicing them and get to a level 3 of capability. So in a nutshell, your brain is your biggest friend, and you have to feed your brain. You have to feed your brain, you have to exercise your brain fairly regularly. So look at it as this, that just like your physical body requires nutrition and exercise, your brain also requires nutrition and exercise. So one way the brain requires nutrition is the food that we eat and cleansing and the body being healthy, etc. But the other way the brain gets nutrition is knowledge, is practice. And the way the brain gets exercise is actual real life application and reflection. Do that. Make your brain effortless in as many things as possible. You will then see you are not avoiding conversations. Your fear and anxiety goes away. My guru says this so beautifully, that you have to expand your capability to solve your own problems. I'll say the same thing to you. Expand your capability and solve your problems. Problem solving should be your second nature. Your first nature has to be observation and awareness. If you have observation and awareness as your first nature, and if you have problem solving as your second nature, your brain will work effortlessly. I wish you the very best in developing and achieving your highest potential.